Constitutional attorney Andrew Lieb and president of the American Atheists, Nick Fish. Guys, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
Andrew, please explain this for us. Why does this not violate the separation of church and state?
Well, I think the way Joe said it is actually a misnomer. It's not he had to choose between his job and his freedom of religion, his freedom of expression. What we're worried about is what's called the Establishment Clause here. But what we learned is that the facts as limited by the majority just say that he was able to go silently at midfield and pray by himself without causing students to participate. And if we take Gorsuch's majority facts, then we shouldn't be so concerned on an Establishment Clause violation.
Nick, the school district there argues the coach was pressuring students to participate in the prayer, but it appears like if you take a look at the pictures, he was minding his own business. Your thoughts?
Well, I would completely disagree with that characterization. I mean, Justice Sotomayor in her dissent included multiple photos of students gathered around the coach, praying, the coach raising a helmet. The uncontroverted facts in the record indicate that the coach went to the opposing school and asked their coaches to join. I mean, this is not just a brief, solitary, individual prayer. The facts do not fit what Mr. Kennedy was trying to spin here. In fact, the Ninth Circuit, one of the judges called this a deceitful narrative. So this case is, a really unfortunate, another chip in the wall of separation between church and state that unfortunately the majority didn't really grapple with the actual facts of the case. They sort of made up a case and made a ruling that bears no resemblance to it. So we have no idea what this is going to actually do to the law.
Andrew, let's dive a little bit deeper in some statements from justices, starting with Justice Gorsuch. She said respect for religious expression is indispensable to life in a free and diverse republic. But in that dissent, Justice Sotomayor said the decision was, quote, misguided because it elevates the religious rights of a school official. What kind of precedent does the Supreme Court set, and not only for school employees, but also both the religious students and those who are atheists as well?
So there are two aspects of the Establishment Clause. One is whether a school endorses, or a government entity otherwise endorses a religion, or whether they coerce the religion. And the precedent we could take out of this case is, first of all, when it comes to endorsement, we are getting rid of what's called the reasonable observer standard to say, do we think as a reasonable observer that's what they were doing? And we're just going to look moving forward at historical practices. But the more driving issue, the thing that I think someone like, Nick's going to be concerned about is under coercion. They're saying you really need express coercion. Subtle coercion's not enough. That's what we know moving forward, but I need to echo what Nick said and really say that the facts from the majority and the dissent are completely different. So it's hard to peg what we're going to do moving forward because you only take the facts from the majority when you apply to future cases.
Nick, very quickly, what do you think the response should be maybe from students on this coach's teams who disagree with him? Maybe they're atheists.
Well, I think you're really asking a lot to have a young person say to the coach, the person who controls every moment of their playing time, hey, wait a second, coach, I'm not okay with this. Or to ask them to, at 15, 16 years old, to stay apart, to stay separate from their teammates in this environment. I think that's asking an awful lot. And that's why it's so important that, the precedent we've had for 50 years was pretty good. I think we shouldn't have gone away from it.
Attorney Andrew Lieb and president of American Atheists, Nick Fish. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, time now for a break. When we come back, a movie about the Gabby Petito case is causing controversy tonight. We've got the first images from the set. Plus, what's in a name, they say? Well, there's a push to rename a fish to convince you that it is actually good, delicious, yummy. Would you eat it? Would you even know? Plus, there's a new king at our movie theaters. How Elvis and the box office had us all shook up.
Shook up. Yeah. Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up, gonna feel fine when I'm near the girl that I love best. My heart beats so it scares me to death when she touches my hand.
I really believe I'm gonna have my son back. Do you believe that Michael is alive?
I know in my heart he's alive.
Oh, that's my daughter that's missing, bro. We're not going to just let this become a cold case.
I don't feel like they're deceased. I feel like somebody had them.
Are you wasting money on a timeshare you rarely use? Cancel it with Titan Exit Group. Get a free consultation and see how they can stop the never-ending maintenance fees and mortgage payments. In fact, if your timeshare contract is not terminated, you owe nothing, so you have nothing to lose. But those monthly fees. Get legally released from your timeshare, 100% guaranteed. Call now for your free consultation.
Call 800-483-8055. That's 800-483-8055.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Nuts.com. When my grandfather started this business in